Happy World Card Making Day. I popped on a little bit earlier and made a post to wish everyone a happy World Card Making Day. Oh, my laptop is on noisy. I'll just mute that for a second. I'm just making sure I'm live because I'm using a new program, and so I apologise if it is if I have some technical bumps because this is the first time I'm using this software. So hello to anyone watching. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to see all the comments because I'm using some new software. So this is going live in a few different places. So I'm hoping it's going to work okay. Fingers crossed. I thought I'd pop on and create a card with you all because it's really exciting because we're all sharing this day where we are celebrating this amazing hobby of card making together, and I'm really excited that it's World Card Making Day. I actually spent yesterday doing something that wasn't card making. I was actually scrapbooking, and I shared it on my Instagram, but oh, hi Glenda, how are you? Happy World Card Making Day to you. I just made a card with my team on my team page, and I thought I'd come and create the card with you. So I've got the camera facing my desk as well, and I thought I'll create it, and I'm going to change it up a little. So hello to anyone watching, and hello anyone that watches the replay as well. I'm just making sure I'm live in all the correct places. So I'm still chatting while I'm here. While I'm chatting, I posted a giveaway on my page as well. So anyone is most welcome to enter. I'm going to send out a few cards to some people that have commented as well. Let's have a look. You're watching from California. What time is it in California, Sharon? Happy World Card Making Day. Okay, let me check. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, I think I'm all good. So I am just going to flip over and hope I'm in the right spot. Okie dokie. Let's have a look. So it's 10:30 p.m. on Friday night, so it's not quite World Card Making Day for you then. So it's the 2nd of October, so that would be almost. You'll go to bed and wake up for World Card Making Day. Hello from Canada. Lots of people joining. I love that it's World Card Making Day too, so we're celebrating from everywhere. So I will share my screen and hopefully you can see that okay. So I've got my desk where you can see that, and I'll pop over and share that in a moment. Before I get started, I thought I would just share, I have posted a new customer special for those that shop with me as well, and I haven't popped it up on my page yet, and I meant to do that earlier, but the new customer gift I have for October for those that shop with me, I'll just pop it up on the screen. So for those that shop with me and spend $90 or more and use the host code, which you can see in this image, we'll get a packet of gingerbread and peppermint acrylic shapes and a handmade card and free tutorial from me. So I've popped that up there so you can see. I often forget to share them, and everyone that shops with me always gets a free tutorial, but I also have customer gifts each month. So I thought I would share that before I forget, because I will forget to share them. So I'll have that there, but I'm just going to share my my desk. So I have created a fun card which was inspired by a card that Stampin' Up shared on their Instagram, and I've got my little 6x8 album here. We sell these awesome 6x8 albums in our selection of products which are designed for our memories and more cards, but I actually use mine for something else, and we have these really cool printouts available as demonstrators with lots of different colour colour combinations, and today I was really wanting to try something different with a colour combination. So I pulled out, this morning when I created this card with my team, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I pulled out a different colour combination and did some, what's this, Pool Party Mango Melody and Melon Mambo. I struggle to say Melon Mambo and Mango Melody in the same sentence because they're so similar. But I did this fun card, and what inspired the card was creating it with this fun stamp, which I have popped it somewhere. Oh no, it's right in front of me. This one here was $1 million stamp set, and I've totally forgotten the name, but it was created by one of the $1 million achievers for Stampin' Up. And I wanted to create with this stamp set because the idea of let's create together was perfect for World Card Making Day, because we're all creating together and celebrating this day together. So I wanted to create a fun card with this one to share with you all, making this fun background with I think this is the tailored tag punch. So I was inspired to create that, but I thought today when I come pop on and share a card with you, I'll make a different colour combination. So I went to my trusty little colour combination book and decided to pull out a different colour combination. So I went for something a little bit different, and where I think I found it in here, yes, under Calypso Coral. And Calypso Coral isn't a colour I use as much, but I decided to pick it out and go for it. So I'm going to use Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry and Bermuda Bay. And you might be thinking, what on the earth is that colour combination? Is that going to work? But I pulled it out, and these are the colours together. And I actually thought they actually look really fun together. So I'm going to give it a go and see what it looks like. So this one was fun, doing these bright colours together, but I thought I'd give it a go with this. So I'm going to do it. So to create this fun card, all you need to do is punch out a ton of these using this fun punch, and then quilt it together on a background. So I haven't prepped too much, but I'm going to do it with you. So all I did was I cut my little background first, so I had something to stick on. And when I made this card with my team, I was trying to squeeze the last bit out of my Tombow glue, and I'm going to rest in peace Tombow glue, because I just threw that in the bin because it was driving me bonkers. So I am going to open a brand new Tombow glue, because that's going to drive you nuts if you watch me try and squeeze the rest of that out. So I'm going to cut my layer to stick my little pieces on. So if you use metric measurements, the layer I'm cutting is 9.7 by 14.1. But you can cut the layer. Oh, you got your card, Jamie. Awesome. Happy World Card Making Day. I'm glad that it got there in the mail. So I've cut that piece, but you can cut the layer to whatever size you want, and that's just going to be something to stick your punch pieces down to. So I'm going to punch out of my colours that I have selected, and I'm going to need quite a few. So I'm going to punch this out quite a few times. This is a great card to make if you have scraps as well. You can make a ton of colour combinations out of scraps. So I'm going to punch out a few of these, and I'll set it aside in case I need more. Crushed Curry is a colour that I actually learnt to love. I know, Jamie, it is a great day, and you know what? I'm not walking today because it's raining, so today is the perfect day to sit and craft. I had no scraps of Bermuda Bay. I had to pull out a whole new sheet. Or I don't know if it's because I haven't been using it, or I just love it so much that I don't leave any scraps of it. Bermuda Bay is a beautiful colour, and it's high up there with Coastal Cabana for me. Or as my son calls it, Coastal Cabana. Okay, so I've got a ton of those, and I've probably cut out too many, but that's better to have too many than not enough. So all I'm going to do is start quilting them onto my background. We had a storm yesterday too, Jamie, but it wasn't quite hail. We don't really get hail like you guys do. So I'm just going to add some glue to my piece, and I'm just going to start up the top and stick one down. And I'm actually just going to start quilting them together. So my son's out in the lounge room, so I've told him that Mummy's doing a video. So hopefully we don't get too many interruptions. Okay, so I can hear the rain now. You might be able to hear it on my window just outside. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, when originally I had the card so you couldn't see any of the colours touching, but I thought it looked too perfect. So now I'm going to have the colours touching. So I wanted the random look. You could do it so that they don't touch and have them all, but you will get the line and it will look perfectly quilted. But I wasn't going to go for that perfect look. Our punches are so good for quick and easy cards because you don't have to run them through a die cut machine. They're literally punch and go. Great for quick and easy card making. You don't need anything other than the punch and the stamp set really for this card. It's perfect for quick and easy card making. So you'll see how quick this background comes together. I've almost done the entire background. It's pretty simple. And I don't think I over-embellished the card too much. So I did pretty well with keeping the embellishments to somewhat of a minimum. Might look fun to have a coloured card base and leave a few spots free. That's true, Jamie. That would be a good idea. You could do lots of things with these backgrounds. I think I'm going to have to make a few. This would be fun with Christmas colours as well. You could do Christmas cards like this. I'll just push that up. Okay, so then I might have another colour touching down here. Don't know if you guys can hear that rain coming on my window. Oh, I thought I stuck that down. Silly me. Okay. I've seen lots of crafty videos today. The Stampin' Up community and the craft community are going wild for World Card Making Day, which is awesome. And I just need a little bit here, so I need the tip of some just to stick and fill in those little gaps there. And then look at that, we have a quilted background and some glitter pieces. That's a good idea. Thanks, Christine. Happy World Card Making Day. Stuck to my background a little bit. There we go. Okay, so then you could use a trimmer to trim this out, but I'm being really lazy and I've totally lost my pair of scissors. I have about 5 or 6 pairs of these scissors on my desk. Hey Jessica, how are you? Happy World Card Making Day. So I'm just trimming out my pieces. Or you could take your trimmer. I always get nervous about using my trimmer for this. Don't ask me why. I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get it perfectly. Actually, that is easier than I thought. Okay, so you just line it up. Got all the little pieces in there. Our Stampin' Up trimmer is so good. Like, I've used lots of trimmers over my time as a crafter. So I've been crafting for about 16 years now. I think it's 16. And this trimmer is by far the best trimmer that I've used. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased to Stampin' Up, but it actually is. I've got some crafters that don't stay specific to Stampin' Up, but that love our trimmer. And it's only $44. It's a great trimmer. That was actually really easy to trim the edges. I don't know why I was nervous about doing that. So there is the background. And then you've got all these pieces you could use as edges still. I'm just going to move them out of the way for the sake of I'm doing a live video. Then for the background, I'm just going to cut a layer of basic black to adhere that onto. So I cut my second layer to 9.9 centimeters by 14.3. The blades are really sharp. Yes, Michelle, you can definitely keep them for another card. I agree. You've been doing some note cards, Christine. I'd love to see. Yes, the blades do last a while. I just recommend, I have one up here. So I keep another blade up here for when I'm cutting things like thick glimmer paper or things like that, because that will dull your blade a lot quicker. So it's best to have one separate for those things. Well, I feel like it is. So I have a separate one for heavy duty stuff. So I'm just going to mount that onto a layer of basic black. I haven't got that quite straight. I actually really like this colour combination. It's a bit fun. And then what I did to make my little bit here stand out is I've punched an extra layer, an extra piece in white from the tailored tag punch. So I'm going to have that as well. And I'm going to mount that up onto some Stampin' Dimensionals, which I will need to start a fresh sheet because I think I finished my sheet of, actually, I could finish a sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals. I've lost my scissors. Oh no, there they are, hiding. I've got a few left on this sheet, so I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to my little piece here. And I'm going to stick that just up here. And for a little bit of gold sparkle, I've actually cut a piece of our brushed metallic foil. If you guys haven't seen this stuff, it's so cool. This has got a bit of a brushed effect to it, and it comes in the part of the mini catalogue. You get, how many sheets are in here? There's a few different tones of gold in here. I think there's 3 tones of gold, and they're all brushed. They've got a brushed effect to them. They are really, really cool. So I've decided to use one of the brighter golds, which I've got like, oopsie. And I have cut a 1/2 centimetre strip of that, and I'm just going to have it, and I'm just eyeballing it and cutting a little bit of a strip that's going to go on my card for a bit of sparkle, because for those that know me know that I absolutely love anything sparkly. I'm like a bowerbird, so anything sparkly has got my eye. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. Now, the next thing I did was grab, I've got scraps of cardstock all over my floor and my desk. I have grabbed a scrap of basic black, which I think I have a little scrap here, and a scrap of basic white. Now, I have mounted up my stamps already because I used them on the card earlier. And I have used, there's my scissors. I just found a pair of scissors. So from this stamp set, I'm going to use the Create, because we're making the Let's Create Together. And then I'm going to have the Let's Together, which I'm going to heat emboss. On this card, I did some Magenta Madness because I really wanted it to pop. But on this card here, I don't know what colour I might do. I could do Bermuda Bay. That might look cool. Or I could do a different colour and go Pacific Point. I haven't decided yet. Or I could do something like Poppy Parade would look really cool. Let's see what it looks like in Poppy Parade. So I wanted to heat emboss this sentiment in white on black, but I realised that I do that all the time. So I'm trying to do something a bit different. I think that looks cool with the red. I think that looks pretty cool. Now, what I like to do when I use photopolymer particularly is give my stamps, particularly with reds and pinks, I clean off that ink straight away, or the majority of it, because it will stain anyway with your photopolymer when you use reds and pinks, but I just gave that a little bit of a clean. Then with the other bits, I'm going to heat emboss these. So I'm going to bring in, just prep my cardstock a little bit, and with our Versamark ink pad, I'm going to stamp these little sentiments here. Actually, I'm going to do that together first. Yes, they would, Glenda. They would make awesome backgrounds for kids' cards. I agree. So I'm just going to stamp the Together and then the Let's just above the Together in the Versamark ink. And then I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. To add some white to those, because I couldn't not add some embossing to the card. I added embossing and a bow. I was joking yesterday. I did a live video for the amazing Emma Goddard on her page, and I said, it's not a Kayla card without heat embossing and a bow. So I'm just going to heat emboss those to the side. Could use blues and browns for masculine card pink. That's true. I think the original one I saw was using crumb cakes, actually, so it had browns on it. It was really cute and it just caught my eye, the design concept. I've changed it up a little bit, but it was really cute. I just thought the idea of let's create together for World Card Making Day was a really, really cool. Okay, so I've got my pieces there. And now what I want to do is fussy cut out my sentiments. So I've got the create, and I'm just going to use my scissors to fussy cut around this create. And I'm going to move the paper, not the scissors, as I work my way around the sentiment. The rain has just become really heavy here. So it's the perfect World Card Making Day to spend at the craft desk, I think. Rainy craft weather. It is the perfect sentiment for World Crafting Day. Well, it could be World Crafting Day, but World Card Making Day, I agree. I've got some more crafting planned for the afternoon. Has anyone else been crafting on World Card Making Day? Have you been getting any cards done? You'll have to share some pictures in the comments of the video if you have. I would love to see. These sentiments are beautiful script fonts, and I am a sucker for sentiment sets that have a mixture of the script with the block font. I love combining the two. They're so great. And this one has a great mixture of sentiments in it, so you can do all kinds of different sentiments. Stampin' Up! Has a great mixture of sentiment stamp sets at the moment. The catalogue is full of great sentiment sets. There's another great one called The Biggest Wish, I think it's called. That's another great sentiment set that we have at the moment. And that's a mixture of fonts as well. I just love mixing up fonts. If it's a good font, you've got me. Sentiments and fonts, and I am yours. You're just watching everyone else create? That's fine. I think that is perfectly fine. I think I'm planning on taking my laptop to bed later and sitting down and watching lots of the videos that have been posted today, because there's lots of amazing ones. You've been crafting all day. That sounds fantastic. You might do some later. You have no cards left in your stash, Jamie. It sounds like you need a big craft session. I actually have been making lots of cards, so I need to have a big happy mail sending session, because I have been making cards galore, but I need to send a lot of cards, I think. I've got to make lots of birthday cards because I think it's the season for birthdays for people I know coming up, so I need to have a replenishment of birthday cards. I think there's just so many birthdays I know of coming up, and I'm like, I'm running out of birthday cards. What's the card that everyone likes to make the most of? Because I know mine's friendship cards. There should be World Buy Card Making Supplies Day, World Organise Your Supplies Day, a World Watch People Craft Day. That sounds amazing. It's very organised. 17. Your daughter is 17. Wow. I feel like I've watched her grow up, Jamie. Wow. That's got me flabbergasted. Mind you, probably think the same because I was pretty young when we first met in the crafting world. Okay, so I've got that fussy cut out, and then I'm going to bring in, I've got a little paper trimmer, paper guillotine, and I'm just going to use that to trim apart the other bit of my sentiment. I want to make a heap of these in different colour combinations, I think. These are really fun. Okay, so I keep putting my scissors down and losing them. I I've been obsessed with cutting my sentiments apart like this lately. Yes, I feel the same, Jamie. I feel like I just grew up in the craft world, and there's so many of you that I feel like I've known my whole life. It's another reason I love World Card Making Day, because for me it's all about the community and the friendships that I've made. Your daughter is 49, wow. I'm 31 this year. It's weird to think I'm in my 30s. And you probably think, oh gosh, you're still a baby, but I don't feel like that anymore. So I'm just going to tape or start gluing my sentiment down. So the let's, I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue to that one. And using my Create as a guide, I'm just going to stick it a little bit underneath that C. And then I can stick my Create down. I always add too much glue, so I'm trying to be a little less heavy-handed on this glue. So for those that are new to this glue or haven't used it before, it's a very strong glue, so you do not need to use much at all. So I can hear my son, he's being very loud. Crafty friends are definitely the best, I agree. Look, I think I'm going to use the last, nothing like finishing a sheet of dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to add some dimensionals. The last bit of my sheet of dimensionals. Makes you feel so much better about opening a new one. And then I'm going to stick that over the top. Let's create together. And then I've been obsessed with using this white baker's twine. So this is part of the Baker's Twine Essentials pack that you can buy. And I'm just going to tie a little bow with this. So I'm a linen thread girl, but I feel like the Baker's Twine I have been using a lot more lately, and I'm just loving the softness of it. I'm just going to tie a little bow, trying to tie a little anyway. I'm a big bows. I like big bows, and I cannot lie. Is that how that song goes? Except it's a different word, but I'm not saying it. I love my bows, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat contained. And I'm going to add that in underneath here. I'm going to tuck it. Have the tail. Just pull that a little bit tighter, and then I'll trim the tail. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in one of my trusty glue dots. Let's see, can I tidy my desk as I go? Now, I love the Take Your Pick tool for rolling these glue dots. They're so good. Just going to pop that underneath to hold my glue dot down. Now, before I go any further with decorating, I probably need to put this on a card base. I can't decide. I could pop it on. I probably chopped too much into that to use that as a card base. I do have. I don't think it would pop enough on Pool Party, although it could. It could be Pool Party. It's actually not too bad on Pool Party, really. I could just keep it to Pool Party. Yeah, let's just keep it to Pool Party. Okay, so you bring back in my trimmer, and then I'm going to line that up with 14.9, and I did have my, here it is. So I'm going to score that. I like to reinforce my score lines to get a really nice score, so I'm just going to use my bone roller. And then now I get to use my new sheet of dimensionals, because I'm going to add this on some dimension to my background. I have been drinking the same cup of coffee for the last hour and a half, and I keep reheating it in the microwave. I really feel like that's when you know that card making is taking a priority, and you will not make yourself a fresh cup of coffee. I think I should make a fresh one after this. And then continue crafting. Okay, so I'm just going to take my dimensional backings off. Can anyone guess what I'm going to add to this card? Okay. I feel like I need to grow some nice long nails, so I'm better at pulling the dimensional backings off. Everyone's got their loud cars out. I can hear both probably hear them. Then I've got these Playing with Patterns resin dots, which I added. I think you watch my videos, Christine. I added the pool party ones on this card, but I'm actually going to go ahead and add. I just looked at my take a pic tool and the glue dot hadn't come off, so it was not actually on the card. I'm going to add these ones, which I think are crushed curry, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same embellishment but in a different colour, because it still matches in perfectly with the colour combination that I've gone for. So I'm just going to add a few of these, and they come in 3 different sizes. So I think these are Purple Posy, I feel like, crushed curry and maybe Coastal Cabana. I'm not 100% sure, but they are the colours they look like to me. And Christine obviously watches my videos a lot, because yes, I'm going to add some Winter Stella to the card. So I've got some sparkle on there because it's not a Kayla card without it. So that is the outside, but we need an inside, because the other thing Kayla does for her cards is decorates the inside. So when I do my insides of my card, I cut my layers the same, so that's cut to 9.9 by 14.3. So I'm just going to do a basic black layer, and then I'm going to cut a Whisper White. Oh, Whisper White, I still can't get that out of my head. 14.1 by 9.7. And then to imitate what I've done to the outside, I'm going to bring in a piece of this brushed foil, and I'm just going to cut that to half, what's that, a centimetre? And then I'm going to cut this to 9.7, just to have a nice little piece for the inside. And then what I chose to do is add the word from the stamp set. Thank you, Wilma. I'm going to add the word friends. So I think I might stamp that in, what's this colour? Actually, I might do it in Bermuda Bay. So I've got Let's Create Together, and then I was going to bring in the word friends. But what I might do before, just to help line it up, is I'll add my piece of the brushed gold foil in first, just so I know where that's going. And then I'm going to ink up the word friends in the Bermuda Bay and just stamp that along the bottom. How cute is that? And I didn't do it on the other card, but I think I might do, I'm going to close this ink pad because that's going to be a disaster. I'm just going to grab my tear and tape and add some white baker's twine along the edge, because I love adding twine. I just love adding too much to my cards, but is there ever a thing that's too much? I love decorating. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that, and then I'm going to add this to my layer of basic black. This is so much fun. And we can add this to the inside of the card. And that's the fun inside. And there we go. There's 2 fun cards done with different colour combos. So this one was Pool Party, Mango Melody and Melon Mambo. And this one was Bermuda Bay, Crushed Curry and Calypso Coral. So they were totally different colour combos, but both created with the fun Create with Friends stamp set, which was really inspired by World Card Making Day and the fact that we're celebrating this hobby and creating together and sharing our love of card making. That's okay. I can see a couple of the comments, but I can't see who they're from because I'm using the service to read the comments. Thank you so much. I will just jump over here and see. So So these were the 2 cards that we made today. So really, really super fun cards to celebrate World Card Making Day. So what I might do is, if you missed the start, I will share the thing. So if you're watching the replay today, this is World Card Making Day, so I thought I had to pop on and share a card because we're all celebrating this amazing hobby that we all do together. If you missed the start of the video, I shared my customer host code for the month. So if you do want to shop with me or buy anything, I do have a customer gift for those that spend. No matter the amount, you always get a free tutorial, and if you use the host code and spend over 90, you also get an extra free gift. And everyone always gets a card in the mail from me because I love sending these cards that I make. So I've got my link to shop with me listed in my in that little thing there, or you can find it on the bottom there listed, or in the video description. So I will love you and leave you because I'm hoping I can go make a fresh cup of coffee, because this cup of coffee that I was talking about is really cold because I keep coming in here and crafting because it's World Card Making Day. That's what we're supposed to be doing today, isn't it? But I need to go make a fresh cup of coffee, and then I might come and pop back on and create something else with you all, because I'm loving coming on and creating today, and who wouldn't? Jamie, I'm trying to get better at this streaming thing. I think my son knows more about streaming and software than I do, and he's 7. Because I'm no good at it. I'm like, how do I turn the sound off this one to only have it on this one? And it's all new to me, so I'm getting there. Fingers crossed, we'll get somewhere. Yes, I need a mug warmer. Thank you so much, guys, and I'm hoping to pop back on and share again before the day's out, because it's World Card Making Day. It's all about sharing this amazing hobby. So I will see you all soon, and happy crafting, happy card making. Love you all. Bye.